There, we're live. Okay. Hey everyone, happy Friday.
Hi.
This is Gabriela Lopez, mortgage broker, owner of Dream Life Realty.
Hello everyone, I'm here with Regina. We committed to doing a first-time home buyer down payment assistance seminar or workshop for today. So we are doing it through live because a lot of people were interested in doing it virtually. So we're here to provide some information on all the different programs we have available. Regina said, I am the mortgage broker and real estate broker here at Dream Life Realty. And we just want to take a few minutes to share with you guys all the available loan programs for first-time home buyers. One of the biggest hard stops, or one of the biggest issues for people who are looking or wanting to purchase a home, is coming up with a down payment. So it of course, to qualify, we have all the income requirements, and some people have them. They have the income, they have the work history, but it's just very difficult with how high the rental market is to save for the down payment. So we are sharing with you all of the programs that we have. There is a few different programs. There is something that is very well known, which is the CAL HFA down payment assistance. There's also a program which is called Chenoa, the Chenoa down payment assistance. And we also work with, as a mortgage broker, it's not like when you go to Wells Fargo or you go to Bank of America and you're limited to that one program that bank has. As a mortgage broker, we work with 30, 40, 50 different banks. So we do the shopping for you. We do the hard part for you. We go to these banks, we research the program, we find out the guidelines, and then when you come to us, we figure out which bank best fits your needs, or which bank is going to help us the most for you in regards to the assistance, the rate, the requirements. We even have a down payment assistance program that we have a flyer for. And for those of you that are interested, you can reach out to Regina, and Regina will send it out to you via email, via text. This program, most of the programs require anywhere from a 620 to a 640 FICO score. This specific program, you only need a 600 credit score to qualify. And the information that we're sharing with you, we want you guys to know that we're not just here to say, hey, I want to sell you a house, or hey, I have a program that will give you the down payment assistance. We will also guide you in the part of the credit. If you're thinking, well, I have some of the money, but I don't have all of the money. I have the employment and I have the work history, but I don't have the credit score. Don't worry about that part. Come to us, we will sit with you, we will run your credit, we will let you know where you're at, and we will also give you instruction on what you need to do in order to get to the credit score requirement. But most of these programs will require anywhere between a 620 and a 640 credit score. We have one that will go as low as 600. So as long as you have a 600 credit score, you can qualify for this program. This program will give you the down payment, which is 3.5%, and they will also give you up to 2% for your closing costs. You can also use this program not just for a single family home. A lot of programs there's the income requirement, there's the credit score requirement, and there's also the type of property requirement. This program that we have that only requires a 600 credit score, you can buy up to 2 to 4 units with it. And what also will help you is the future rental income from those units will help you qualify for a higher amount. And rental income also means you are going to receive assistance monthly, which will get you to a place where you'll end up paying less than what you pay for rent for your mortgage payment.
And so just to piggyback off of what Gabriela is saying, oftentimes I know that that's the hurdle that people face, like, well, I have this and I don't have that, and it could be a variety of different combinations of what one's lacking or the other one has. It's always important, and I can't stress this enough, we're not here to like force anybody to make any kind of purchase that they're not ready for. The idea of owning a home should already be something that was something you already wanted to do.
And you know what? I think the concept right now that she says that the concept of like, oh, realtors and loan officers are always trying to say, here, let me sell you a house. That's not what this business is. That's not what we do. That's not the way we work here at this brokerage. sometimes people come to us and a year down the line they buy. But you need to do the first step of meeting with a realtor, meeting with a loan officer, so that we can set a game plan for you of where to start so that we can actually get to the finish line.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I mean, we can't speak for every realtor and every mortgage broker out there, but we can speak for ourselves that is not our MO. That's not how we operate here. Dream Life is here to help the community, is here to assist you. It's here to set you up for success and to ultimately get you to the end goal. And it doesn't matter whether that's a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. We're here to be a resource. So I just wanted to clarify that because I know oftentimes that's the hang up, that people have this bad taste in their mouth about mortgage brokers or realtors, and one bad apple shouldn't spoil the bunch. We don't operate that way, so we want to clarify that. And yes, there's a ton of programs and there's not one size fits all. That's the beauty of meeting with a realtor or with a mortgage broker.
And I think I'll step in. That's the beauty of using a mortgage broker. I don't know if you guys have seen the memes or mortgage brokers are better. Yes, they are, because they actually do the hard work for you. Again, if you go to a bigger bank, if you go to your credit union, if you go to Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, they are limited to what they can offer. And like Regina said, it's not one size fits all. We have multiple programs available for different type of buyers. We have programs for borrowers that only have an I-10. We have programs for buyers that don't get paid traditionally, so they can qualify to buy a property with only a verification of employment. We have borrowers that don't file their taxes or are not comfortable with showing me their taxes, so we can qualify them with 12 months of their bank statements. This is very common for construction workers, truck drivers, freelancers, people who run their own business, which is very, very common,
especially nowadays. Yeah, especially nowadays.
Everybody's running their own business, or you're employed and you're running your own business on the side. So if you're running your own business on the side and you're making more money off of your business on the side and you want to use that income to qualify, we can use your bank statements. I know that we may be going a little bit off topic, but we want to take advantage for everybody that's joining in and everybody that's coming on and watching us and listening to us.
Or we'll watch it on the playback, because
Yes.
we will have it on the playback, so you can always reference back and then come back with questions. We're always open to taking questions, whether you can send them to me.
Yeah, you guys can always reach out to Regina, send her a message. We were talking a little bit earlier about coming on and sitting with us so we can explain to you where you are. And I think that's the hardest part, and that's the most difficult part. And a lot of people, sometimes you don't want somebody to run your credit, or you don't want somebody to tell you what you think you already know. I've had people tell me my credit isn't good. Mm-hmm. And they come in and I run it and it's not bad at all.
Or it's just a minor tweak, right? Or just little things that you can do, shifting things, paying this, and you don't need to pay tons of money to repair services when a mortgage broker is free.
People will tell me, oh, I have a lot of collections on my credit. Your collections are not what's necessarily affecting you to be able to increase your score. And you don't know that, and you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to a credit agency or a credit company to assist you. And I'm not throwing shade to any credit company or anybody that works for a credit company. Everybody is good at what they do. But there's also things that I've learned down the line in my 10 plus years experience as a mortgage broker and working with people's credit. There are simpler ways, and there are small tasks that you have to complete or small steps you have to take in order to increase your score. And even, for instance, if you were already previously pre-qualified for a home, or if you were qualified for a home as a regular FHA buyer or as a regular conventional buyer, you can also use this program. So the requirements are not very different. Actually, the credit score requirements for this specific down payment assistance program is only 600. It's lower than a conventional loan, and it's lower than most FHA loans. A lot of lenders, with COVID and with a lot of changes that happened with the guidelines, previously, were requiring anywhere from a 620 for an FHA loan to a 640. We're down to only a 600 credit score. To have a 600 credit score, you literally have to have 1 or 2 credit cards in your name, 1 or 2 accounts open.
It's simpler than we think.
And also, if you think you're not ready because you have a lot of collections, with an FHA loan, with a first-time homebuyer loan, you don't even have to pay all those collections off. If you have collections anywhere from $2,000 and below, they don't have to be paid. And that's something that a lot of people don't know. We recently closed a few collections where maybe over $3,200. The only thing they have to pay is over the $2,000 mark. So programs anywhere from 600 to 640 credit score. The bank will give you your down payment and they will give you for your closing cost. And where does this money go? So there's different options. With these programs, you can either use what they call a repayment option. So you can have two loans. Your first loan will be for the remaining amount. So if you buy a property for $500,000, the down payment will be $15,000 plus your closing costs, for an example. Okay, so your loan amount will be for $485,000. You will also have a second loan for the amount that they let you borrow to cover the down payment, which was the $15,000, and the closing costs. What the bank will do is...
Tell them what the beauty of that is. Tell them what the beauty.
So what the bank will do is they will give you a term of 10 years to repay back those $15,000, $25,000 that they lend you for the down payment and the closing costs. Or they will give you the option, if you tell the bank, I'm going to live in this house for the rest of my life, I'm not going to move, I'm not going to sell. If that's how you feel now, that amount can be forgiven.
Yeah.
It sits like a silent balloon. A silent balloon with no interest accumulated.
No interest. You hear that? No interest.
It just sits there. And there's a lot of different programs. Some of them actually forgive you for the amount. As a mortgage broker, our job is to stay up to date as much as we can with all the available programs. Inclusively, the city of Lancaster right now has a program that offers up to $150,000 in down payment assistance. And I want to share with you guys, we are doing a few loans for a few of our realtors that are already representing buyers out there. That specific program in Lancaster, it is a 15-year loan. The silent that they're giving you for the down payment for this specific buyer was $150,000. And that $150,000 is sitting like a silent second, and it's decreasing by 10% every year. Until it disappears. It's gone. Boom, gone. You don't have to pay it back. Yeah. Yeah. And the beauty of a lot of the down payment assistance programs too is previously some of these programs wouldn't allow you to refinance your loan. They are allowing for you to subordinate. Subordinate means if you have two loans and one is a silent loan, which is the one for the down payment and the closing costs, they're still going to let you refinance your primary loan so that you can take advantage of lower interest rates. You know, rates right now, people say are high, but they've been there for 3 years now. You think we're all forgetting COVID was 3 years ago and it's already gone. But rates have been in this range already for quite some time. So what goes up must come down. We don't know when. We don't have a magic wand. But the way things look, rates are continuing to slowly decrease. And you will be able to refinance your loan so that you can lower your monthly mortgage payment.
So guess what? Never will it go up. It will only come down. So the mortgage will never increase, but your rent will.
Exactly. Exactly. So these programs, 600 again. There's more people coming in. So 600.
Thank you guys for joining, by the way. Yeah, thank you guys. Feel free to put like questions in the chat if you want more explanation on a certain topic or want us to elaborate on anything. Feel free to put your questions in. We're reading them. Hello to everybody that joined. We can see you.
Yeah, so these programs, they're out there, but you don't know about them, and you need to sit down with the realtor and you need to sit down with the loan officer so that you know what your options are, so that you actually know where your credit is. And we were talking about credit earlier, so let me mention, we are also, as a mortgage broker, we are also able to pull two different types of credit. If you think you're ready, you kind of want to sit down with a loan officer, you want to sit down with the realtor, but you kind of feel like you don't want
you're intimidated, or you're like, oh, they're gonna keep bugging me, and they're gonna,
so we can also pull your credit with a soft pull. For those of you that don't know what a soft pull is, when you pull your credit and you get all 3 scores from all 3 credit bureaus, it's a hard inquiry on your credit. We can also do what's called a soft pull on your credit, so it does not hit you like a hard inquiry. But it allows us to see all your monthly debt so that we could compare it to your monthly income and then be able to provide you with your debt to income ratio and tell you how much you qualify for, what the mortgage payment would be. The most important thing is sitting down and understanding where you stand, where your income stands, even if you just change jobs. The most important thing is, if you've been thinking about it, for me, and I tell all my realtors and I tell all the loan officers that are part of this company, nothing is a waste of time. And I know sometimes I've heard, from consumers or from borrowers, oh, I met with an LO, but my credit wasn't the best, so I kind of just got lost, in their pile of like unapproved loans. Even if you think you don't qualify, let us determine what we can do to get you qualified. Right. I never look at a loan application like it's been denied. I look at a loan application like it currently doesn't fit the requirements. Here are the instructions so that you can fit the requirements. And when you do fit the requirements, this is the estimated payment you're looking at, and this is the estimated down payment you're going to need, and these are the programs that you qualify
for. Or as
for.
new programs come out,
Exactly.
They're constantly coming out with new programs, and maybe the new one comes out and you're like, this is the one that fits my criteria, and that's what we're here for.
And when we're talking about down payment assistance, keep in mind this also would kind of fall into the category of a VA loan. Some banks would require a certain credit score for VA loans. VA loans are 0 down payment. But we also, as a mortgage broker, have a variety of banks that we work with, and we even have VA loans that will go as down as a 500 credit score. Mm-hmm. So don't think you don't qualify because you don't have the score or you don't have the requirements. Let us determine which bank is going to be able to assist you and which program best fits your needs.
So there's a question that says, what's the lowest down payment program that you currently have at the moment, and what's the credit score needed to qualify? By lowest down payment program, do you mean how much they're able to give you? Can you clarify what you mean by lowest down payment program?
Because we have programs that you literally come in with 0 down.
Literally. Yeah.
So it would kind of depend on, do you mean what is the most that they'll give you towards the purchase price? But there are programs that will give you various programs that'll give you 5%, 5.5%. So it covers your down.
And you can utilize it however,
wherever,
right? However you want it. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
suits you. Okay, so piggybacking off of this comment, you know how sometimes the bank will require to show a proof of funds. How do we work around this with a down? If you're coming in with a down payment assistance program, what kind of funds do you need to have?
So on a lot of these programs, I've actually seen opening escrow with as little as $500. And that's where your expertise come in. When you send in the offer for the property that these buyers want, you're going to include the pre-approval letter.
Yes.
You're going to include the documentation that states where the money's coming from. And these programs are very common to be used right now. So when you write the RPA as a realtor, mm-hmm. you're going to be able to specify in that contract where all the funds are coming from.
Okay, yeah.
I've even seen escrow being opened with no money. Because mm-hmm. with VA, it's 0 down. So they literally come in with no money. And if they do require, for instance, a good faith of $500 or $1,000 to open escrow, that money gets given back to you right when we close. Because it's money that was left over that originally was not required or was not needed. And that money gets given back to you.
And yeah, the VA is 0 down, but USDA, right? That's
USDA
another one that you
down.
can, if you go further out, people are doing that a lot right now because the main cities are maybe out of their price point, but they still want to buy because real estate is an investment, right? So even if it's not ideal right now where you buy where you want to be right now, you can be there down the line once your investment appreciates. So it says the FHA 3.5%, 5%, correct? Maybe I'm wrong. But is there a program that there's 1 or 2% down payment?
We do have a conventional 1% down. Excuse me. And for instance, the CalHFA also has a conventional product. And the conventional product gives you the 5.5%. So you can use the money to either buy FHA or buy conventional. But with United Wholesale Mortgage, which is one of the wholesalers that we work with, they actually do a 1% down. So you come in with the 1% and they cover the difference. But with these other programs, you actually come in with no money. Mm-hmm. They
literally
cover,
0 down.
Yeah,
literally.
They cover everything for you. Mm-hmm. It just depends on what your credit score is. And I think for all of these programs, the key is you still have to qualify for the mortgage. You still have to be able to afford that monthly mortgage payment and meet the debt to income requirements and meet the minimum credit score requirement. But you come in, I don't want to say no money because I'm
I'm
licensed for both mortgage and real estate. And there are some fees along the line that you have to pay for. For instance, the home inspection. I don't want to go off topic, but when you're buying a house, you do have to do a home inspection. And
if you're buying a house, let's be realistic.
You
should
want
have
to do
some
a
money
home
saved.
inspection.
Yeah, you want to have some money
and you
saved.
want to do a home inspection.
Yeah. We don't want to skimp on the home inspection. You want to know what you're getting yourself into, and then as your agent, I mean, it's our due diligence to make sure that you have that information so that you can make the decision to move forward, or wait for another property to come about. But you should never not inspect your home because you should know what you're getting into prior to close.
And to answer your question, I know that you don't need to come in with any money at all. You want to have some cushion, and you want to know that there will be an inspection that has to be paid for. In some occasions, I've seen where the inspection invoice actually goes and gets paid through escrow. So it does get covered through those costs. But I don't want to say if you have $0 in your bank account, we can close this deal. Mm-hmm. We can, but that's not the kind of message that we want to send.
Sure.
We want to tell you may need $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to have in the bank and to have to cover your home inspection and your appraisal.
Yeah, it's always good, to have some money set aside, especially if your plan is to buy a home. It doesn't have to be the hundreds and thousands or the 20% that most people want to make you believe. But yes, have money set aside because it's a big purchase and you should feel confident and comfortable going into it. Yeah. And I know we were going to discuss reverse mortgages for all those people that do own homes, and maybe you're like, we know this, we've been through all this. Things change, so it's always good to update on the on new developments. But
and you know what, since you brought up reverse mortgages and we're talking about down payment assistance and where the money comes from, a lot of times that we put a property into escrow, we put a deal together, the money comes from the parents. So the parents give the children the money for the down payment, or the parents take out a HELOC on their primary residence and give it to the kids as well. We in this office do a variety of different loans. We're very knowledgeable in a lot of different areas, and one of the areas that I've seen a lot of movement into is reverse mortgages. So for those of you that don't know what a reverse mortgage is, a reverse mortgage is technically exactly what it reads. The mortgage, you pay it monthly until you pay it off. A reverse mortgage is the equity giving you money monthly, or the equity eating itself on a monthly basis without requiring for you to make a mortgage payment on the home. So I have seen where if parents have had a house for a very long time, they're over the age requirement of 62, and the property has a lot of equity, they can in a way cash out on their property, not have a mortgage payment,
and not have to sell, because that's the big thing that people are like, well, I don't want to sell my house. I've lived here. I don't want to have to sell it. But then you're just sitting on unused equity, right? This house is appreciated so much, but you don't want to sell. So what's the alternative?
So besides a HELOC for a line of credit, because that's really the easiest way to get money from the equity of your home, you can also do a reverse mortgage if you're over the age of 62. I've seen people do a reverse mortgage, get a larger chunk of money, use it to give their kids the money for their down payment, and continue to live and stay in their home as long as they want, without having to pay a mortgage payment.
There are some things they're responsible for, right? So
so you are responsible for, in certain cases, still your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. It depends on the amount of equity that's available in the property. It depends on your age. There's just a few set of things that we would need in order to provide you with an official estimate. But on the recent reverse mortgages that we've done, that has really been the case. So if you are considering selling your home to give your kids money for their down payment, know that you don't have to sell. And I mean, I guess the reality is that sometimes we think, well, we're going to will, or we're going to let our children inherit our assets, and we're going to have to maybe not be here anymore, or, in order for them to be able to take that money and purchase their homes. You can do that now. If your house has equity, it makes more sense for you to stay in your home, do a reverse mortgage, relieve yourself from a monthly mortgage payment, and watch your kids go and buy the house and be able to give them the money to do it now, with also compensating all of the years of your hard work and all of the years of you paying towards that mortgage and all of the years of building that wealth and benefiting from it now, to be able to stay in your home and watch them buy a house.
And tell them how they can transfer their...
So I know in some cases too, people will say, well, if I sell, I'm already 65 years old, I'm already 67 years old, I only pay $3,000 a year in property taxes. Why would I sell here and then go buy somewhere else? You know, there are so many ways and so many different things you can do. With a reverse mortgage, you can, for instance, there's a reverse purchase as well. So you can transfer your tax rate from the property you live in now to the property that you're purchasing. If you sell your house for $700,000 and it's a house that you bought for $150,000, $300,000, how many years ago? You're paying taxes closer to the amount that you purchased the property for, right? Mm-hmm. Than the amount that you're selling. And people will say, well, I'm going to sell and I'm paying $3,000 a year in taxes and I'm going to go buy a brand new build or a brand new home and I'm going to pay $10,000, $11,000 in property taxes. No, you don't. That's
not the case.
You transfer your tax rate from the home that you sold to the home that you're purchasing, and that will help relieve from the monthly mortgage payment what the lower tax rate will be, or it'll help you relieve with no mortgage payment. Because if you're using all of the amount that you received to buy cash and you transfer that low tax rate, then you have very little to be responsible for.
And you get a brand new house.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Brand new house with the same tax rate of the lower value of the one that you sold.
Yeah, so
I know we touched on a lot of different topics, but we wanted to come on here and share with you guys that there are a lot of different down payment assistance programs, whether FHA, conventional, USDA, VA, and some of you don't know and you fit in all of the guideline requirements in order to qualify. And if you don't fit into the guidelines and the requirements to qualify, we will do whatever we can to get you to fit into those guidelines. And by that I mean assist you with properly guiding you in increasing your credit score, or properly guiding you in getting rid of or settling with the collections that you have. Unnecessary debt. Mm-hmm. Advising you on the required amount of the down payment. Let's say you didn't fit into the down payment assistance criteria because of your income or whatever guidelines, you know, that don't fit the box that you're in. We will also tell you, okay, if you choose not to go with the down payment assistance program, this is how much money you're going to need. And once you have that goal written down, once you already know, okay, this is what I'm going to need, that's going to guide you into the path and the right direction to start working on those goals so that we can get you to home ownership. Whether it's 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, it doesn't matter to us. We want to guide you into the right direction. We want to help you. And just remember, even though you're scared to get your credit round, even though you're scared to sit with a loan officer, we don't bite. We're here to help you, and we're here to guide you. We don't consider anything to be a waste of time.
And we're not telemarketers either, so don't worry. We're not gonna blow up your phone and pester you.
We're not going to harass you. Honestly, I'm a strong believer of you do good and good comes back to you.
The golden rule.
Yeah, you do good and good comes back to you, and you guide somebody into the right direction. Home ownership, the wealth that you can build. It's
the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless.
So there's a question that says, can owning real estate help you with tax deductions?
Yes, it can.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've actually had clients that have purchased additional properties or who weren't even considering buying because they live very comfortable, because they make good income and it just wasn't in their plan. You actually end up saving more money. Now let me add a little statement here. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax preparer. So you would have to talk to your CPA in order to actually get dollar amounts, but it does help.
Yes. So, I mean, I don't know if you have anything else that you wanted to talk about.
No, I just want to recap. As low as a 600 credit score, that's all you need. So if you're at a 587, if you're at a 568, if you're at a 570, you're not far.
You're just a little tweak away.
We can get you where you need to be, whether it takes 3 months, 6 months, a year. That time's going to pass anyway, and rent is not going to come down. So let us put you lead you into the right direction so that we can get you into homeownership. These programs are out there. You just need to sit with somebody that has the knowledge and can guide you in the right direction.
The years of experience.
For you to become a homeowner.
Yeah. So if nobody else has any questions, this is, oh, thank you. So he says we're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. We try. So nobody else has any questions.
We will leave this video. I think Regina will find a way to leave the video for you guys. This was really more of us coming on and having a conversation with people who are interested. I know sometimes it's not very comfortable to ask a question on here or wait for a response. We're here to help. We're here to help. We work all over the Inland Empire. We go out and beyond wherever it is that our client needs to go. That is where we will go to help them.
Yeah, this is great info. Made that a little less scary. It's not scary. It's not scary at all.
It's not scary, but I think anything you do in life, if it gives you little butterflies, you know, if it gives you butterflies,
fear will push you out of your comfort zone.
Or nervousness, rent is not gonna go down. Rent is not going down. California is an expensive place to live.
The perfect example, that 20% down program, look how fast it just disappeared because people understand the value of real estate. People want to do it. It's just, think about it. You're on the wall, you're on the fence.
I'm actually going to share with you guys, when that DPA program came out with the 20%, a lot of people looked at it and took advantage of it. And of course, the money's gone. So people took advantage of it. But I did have a few people say comments like, oh, somebody else is going to own 20% of my property. If you use this down payment assistance program and they give you 5% down, yeah, you owe somebody 5%, but you also owe somebody 95% of the loan. So the reality is, take advantage of the resources that are there. Because for the people that were telling me, oh, well, somebody else is going to own 20% of my home. Yes, but you're going to own 80% of it without putting in nothing.
You didn't put anything in.
It's like having a business partner. And the business partner said, I'm going to give you the startup cost for the business. And you're just going to sit there and make sure that that mortgage gets paid. And you're the one that's going to accumulate the equity. And you're the one that's going to accumulate the wealth. And you're the one that's going to show your kids that you did it so that they can do it too.
And in the long run, think about it. The long scheme of things, what's 20% of a house that appreciated however much? I mean,
that money's gone. Yeah. But there's more money. Yeah. There's money more money and there's more
It's like Oprah. It's like, you get money, you get money.
You get a house.
You get a house. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So the important thing is understanding and sitting with somebody that has the experience and sitting with somebody that has the knowledge. And whatever it is that fits the client's needs, whether it is, you know, depending on the price range, wherever it is, your specialized realtor here will find you the house. And us as the mortgage broker, we have a full team here in the office.
They'll crunch the numbers. They'll make it work.
We have multiple processors here. We run a full-blown brokerage with an in-house escrow, with in-house processors, with the mortgage. So we will figure out, it's not just that, oh, we handle the loan side of things and then you deal with everybody else. Because we have a department that technically is involved in a real estate transaction every step of the way. We oversee the entire transaction. So we can tell you what you're expecting in escrow. We can tell you what fees you're expecting in your inspections. We can tell you what the down payment assistance program covers. We can drive you to go see the properties. It's kind of an all-in-one. And again, it's not...
And we're very transparent with that, right?
Yes.
There's any question, we will show you the numbers. There's no, trying to get over on anybody.
You know, I think the most important thing is something that I use a lot and I tell people is math doesn't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Math does not lie.
It's the same in every language.
The calculator is not going to rip you off. What you need to do is feel more confident. You're going to feel more confident if you sit with somebody and they tell you what you need. If you sit with somebody and they tell you where you stand. I think, like you said, somebody on here said it's scary. It's scary when you don't know. But once you sit with somebody who can guide you or somebody that has the knowledge to explain things to you and they put things into perspective, then you're more like, oh, I can do this. Now I know what I need. Now I know what I have to do and I'm going to get there.
And it gives you something to work towards.
Exactly.
Something to work towards. And that's what it's all about, right? Everybody eventually wants to get there. But there's always that first step. And the first step is...
my husband tells me, you make me want to buy another house because you make it seem like it's so easy. It's It's difficult, but it is easy because it's doable. The same way when you move into a house, you have to come up with $9,000. Imagine using a program where you have to come in with no money.
And you can save that money for a rainy day, right? Mm-hmm. Just have it there sitting because, you know,
when that homeowner, when that landlord comes knocking on the door and tells you like, hey, unfortunately, we've decided to sell the house, or we've decided that one of our kids is going to move in, or we've decided, etc., you're going to have to pick up your life, your home, and go. So even if it takes you a year, 2 years, 3 years, contact Regina. We will sit with you. We will let you know where you're at. We will let you know if you need a cosigner. We will let you know if you need to make more money. We will advise you every step of the way so that you actually have a goal to go towards.
So yeah, call us for your home inspection needs. What is this? Precise inspections. Contact them. And so, yeah, if there's no more questions, we are going to sign off. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you guys for joining. And for those of you that joined on late or came a little late, she's going to have the video to replay.
You guys always reference it back.
We're going to be doing this for you guys minimum, hopefully once a month. And anytime a new loan program comes in, I'm going to...
And we'll explain it, give you the details.
Give you guys the details.
And if there's anything you guys want to hear about specifically that you would like to have more information about, you know, don't hesitate to send those thoughts our way, and we will make a little segment and address those for you and keep you guys informed, because that's the objective, right? To keep you guys informed.
We are here to be of value.
Yep. So, all right, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
We will let you get off to your Friday, and
I know. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day weekend, and you guys be safe out there.